Good morning. Welcome to RocksChat. Tracy here. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I'm finding it hard to be motivated yesterday and today. My mood's kind of flat, and I'm in one of those nobody loves me moods. You know, we all get them, don't we? And you know, I kind of think, oh, I don't know. It's just, I'm kind of dissatisfied with just about every aspect of me, I suppose. And feel like I'm not doing enough for Hobby Rocks, and I'm not getting enough orders, and I'm not doing enough, and I'm not winning anywhere, you know. And there's decorating that I've been supposed to be doing for, I don't know, a year. I haven't done little bits that I can do rather than Gary, and I haven't done them, and I just kind of, you know, I'm having one of those moments where you just feel like you're not you. You know what I mean? And I've got a feeling that it's the diet, because when I first spoke to Kara when we went out for that meal, Valentine's Day, she said, oh, I'm doing keto, and it's going to be like everyone else is going to be eating nice stuff, and I'm going to be watching. And she said, and I'm as grouchy as hell. And I thought, oh. She said, you know, she's just snappy. And I thought, oh, I've never really noticed that when I do it. Oh, yes, I have now. Because it comes, like last week, Gary just said, why are you getting at me? What have I done? What's the matter? Why are you moaning at me? And I'm thinking, maybe that's what it is. Sugar withdrawal, perhaps. Not because I didn't do what I normally do and go down a little, because that wasn't working. Every time I said I was going to do the wind down, something would happen and I'd not end up doing it. So I just thought, to heck with this, just get straight in it. So that's what I did. So I didn't do my own kind of usual thing, and went straight in. So I probably have had some withdrawal from sugar and like high carbs, which doesn't help me. So I think that's probably what's deflated me. I wish it has deflated me by 6 pounds. Oh, it's deflated my mood, you know. And yeah, kind of. Anyway, on the positive side, finished the blanket, so I will now show it to you. Here it is. This is my new blanket, and I did it yellow and blue, which it's only a small one. I could have made I had another line of colours. I had another line of squares that I made. But when I put them together, I thought it's only just one that goes, so it's down the end in, look at that. But yeah, it's just one that goes over the top of a pram or something like that. So I figured I'd leave it this size, and I've put nice wide border on it, but I don't know whether to edge that in blue. I could put a blue border around the border, do you know what I mean? Kind of set it off. So let me know what you think. Should I do that? So you can see it's got some kind of spike stitches in it. Now I'll show you the square. When you make them, they do pull in, so you have to kind of, you can either block it or sew it on to whatever you're doing and it stays. But it's a kind of a different spike than you're used to seeing. It's not granny. So that's my new blanket that I've been going on and on about, the new square, and that's it. So I've finished it. But when it comes to tutorial, I'm not happy with the mathematical count of the stitches. I told you that before. So I need to kind of work that out. In fact, when I look at the rear, it looks like it mathematically works out okay. It just doesn't in the centre, does it? No. So I'm going to play with it a little bit more before I do a tutorial. But that's it anyway. What do you think? Do I need to do a blue bit around this border, or is it cool enough being white? I'm not sure. But it's lovely and soft, as you might imagine, for a baby blanket. But I don't know what possessed me to do it blue. Had I chose to do it pink, I could have used it and sent it off to Katrina, who's Gary's niece, who's just had the baby. But yeah, if she had a boy, it's her fault really for not having a boy, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. Anyway, I woke up freezing cold in the night, and I thought, what on earth is this? My feet were like blocks of ice. And I just knew I wouldn't get back off because they were so cold. And I thought, that's not, normally you get under the covers and you warm up, don't you? And you warm up the bed and you get warm and toasty. But they were like freezing. And I thought, oh, so I got a pair of fluffy socks out and I put those on. And it was very, very windy last night. And next door, because they've got like a little bungalow, the bathroom is just opposite our bathroom, funny enough. They've got this flue pipe that comes out and goes up, so it takes the waste smells and all that away. But when they put it on, this was Ray years ago, he didn't secure it to the house. He just left it there. So in strong winds, it does this. It goes donk, 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 donk. And that was driving me absolutely bananas last night. And I have to, one of these days I'll probably tell them, because it might drive them nuts and they don't know what it is. On the other hand, they might sleep through it and not, I don't care. But I stuck earplugs in the end and got off to sleep. I don't like wearing them too often because I get sore. It makes all the inside of my ears inflamed, you know, those little bit around the inside. But once in a while, it's okay. I used to, when I was working nights, when I used to work for the ambulance service and I'd have my night shifts, I was okay to wear them for 3 nights max. And then after that, I couldn't have them in anymore, started getting pain in that bit inside there where it just got inflamed. So 2 or 3 nights on the trot, it's fine. 3rd night, not fine really, but I still do it because otherwise I wouldn't have slept. But yeah, I can't wear them all the time. I don't know how people can. I always dampen them or put Vaseline or whatever to kind of stop that chafing, but it still does it. Anyway, I woke up this morning and thought, oh, I slept quite a nice long time really, but it didn't help. I still feel a bit flat and I don't know, a bit I guess. But and I've got itchy palm. That's the giving hand, isn't it? So maybe I'm going to win the lottery. I don't know, because it's this hand that gives it out. Don't tell me the other way. No, I don't want to know if it's the other way. Now I need to blow my nose, so I'm just going to pause it a sec. Well, now I've got a nice red nose. But I needed that. Cheers, I've got my biscuit tea and my little Grogu cup. It's actually Gary's, but I commandeered it. Oh, that's nice. I made Gary a curry yesterday. He'd been asking for one for ages, and we had these little chicken thighs, boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and we'd had them in the fridge and they needed using. So we cooked them yesterday so that we could have more time, because obviously the time was running out. And so they were cooked, and I thought, okay, I'll make him a curry. And I still had a bit of beef left, so I had one of those chicken thighs. I mean, they were minuscule, they were that big. And sliced up some beef, and with the rest of the beef I'd cubed it, and then I cubed up some of those chickens, and I did him a mixed meat curry. I did him a madras, and I have to say I did taste it because I had to see if it was too hot, because I put more curry in it than normal, more madras, and it was just right. And I'll tell you what, it was really nice. I was kind of like, well, I can't eat this one, and I put coconut milk in, so I wouldn't eat it because of that. If I do it for low carb, then I don't put any of that in it. And then sometimes to get that flavour, I might do my onion in a little bit of coconut oil, so it kind of makes you feel like you've had it. Hang on, I don't normally do this, but it's only I had fibres. I think it's I've got a big nose. It really is noticeable as well. Like Red Nose Day. No, I've got to cover it up. You know, like, I don't know if you know Red Nose Day where you come from, but in the UK we have Red Nose Day, and it's comic relief, you know, red nose for clowns. I feel like I could just compete in that for no look at the state of it. Oh well. Still got to take the yarn back out for my yarn of the week. Oh, I love this yarn. I really want to make something with it now I've had it out. But every time I get a ball, I think, oh no, I want it to be that colour. Oh no, I need it to be that colour. So, and you know, somebody did message one of my comments that said that they love that yarn, but all of the patterns seem to be knitted, and they are. I got really red. Yes, they do seem to be quite heavily weighted towards knitting over at King Cole, and I'm going to be back. I can't seem to get rid of the redness. Oh well, I'll just have to sit here and be blotchy and drink tea. That's that plan. Yes, as I was saying, they are heavily weighted toward knitting patterns and stuff. So maybe I'll have to come up with something. What do you say? Don't know. Maybe I will. I deleted TikTok yesterday. Yeah, I saw that there was this thing on the news about corporations are kind of getting their employees to ditch the TikTok because of spying issues and stuff like that. And since I've had TikTok and I've been following the plight of someone who had tongue cancer, worse than I did. That's the only reason I had TikTok. I hadn't really done anything with it. But since I had it on, and I had it on my computer because I was going to actually make some TikToks and I never got around to it. I've had these scammers attack me. One threatening to completely close my site down and sell it off to all different people to do with what they wish. You know, unless I paid them $3,500. So, you know, I ignored it. Well, actually, no, I just told Chris, but yeah. So I thought maybe there's something in that. I don't know, but whatever the reason, we all ditched our wild ways because of that. So I got rid of TikTok. It's not a big part of my life. She's got through her surgery, and I don't I won't be watching it anymore because I just feel like, you know, I can't trust those kind of apps anymore. So yeah, just going to stick with what I know. It's the best way. Oh, I don't know what's the matter with me. I just feel quite I haven't done a live stream, have I? I said I was going to do one, but it is a bit more of a mission when Gary's off, because I never know what we're going to be doing. And he was a bit, I've run out of stuff the other day. I can't get on with my things. And I know he went out on his own. He said, well, I might be ages. I might have breakfast out. He does this because he thinks that might make me think, well, I should have come, you know. So he went out for 5 minutes and come back. And I thought, well, you didn't go far, did you? And he just really likes me to go with him. So I did, you know. Yeah, and it just kind of means as well that when he is here, he's doing all kinds of noises and walking backwards and forwards and listening to music, which is a bit of a no-no, as we know. So yeah, I haven't managed to do it. Plus I was so busy, and yesterday I had to cook. Even though he was off, it was still me. My turn again today because he's working. Used to be my master chef. Now I'm lucky to get a dinner. I don't know what's that. What have I done? Started cooking. I've got terrible trapped wind today. What a beautiful conversation, I know. But when I say trapped wind, it's in my chest, and I've got this chest pain, and I know what it is. I know it's indigestion. And I keep saying you take some painkillers and, you know, get rid of it. But yeah, it catches me every time if you breathe in. So I know exactly what it is. Not every time I breathe in, and yeah, but it's just so annoying. I don't know how I got that. I really don't. I eat slowly. I have no choice with my tongue now. I can't. I always used to be, apart from Gary, the first one finished, because I used to like not eat like there was a race involved. But Gary kind of eats. So I say, You know what you remind me of? You remind me of someone who eats like someone's going to take it away from them, and I'm not. You know, I'm not going to steal your chips. You don't have to shovel them in like that. But he just does. He kind of doesn't. he doesn't chew enough, but obviously since I've had my operation, it has forced me to chew more. It has. And so I did. Oh yeah, another thing I did was a lot of work out in the Yarnavan yesterday. Yarnavan. Oh my, Yarnavan. What is it with this top? Anyway, I did quite a bit out there yesterday, tidying up, putting some yarn in the cubbies. I've kind of run out of cubbies. I've got about half or so left, but a lot more yarn. And I don't know what to do with my whips. My whips are in bags and they're just clutter. Obviously, once I've got Gary's blanket done from live streaming, I can start on some of those. And I found the yarn for my willow square blanket. Do you remember that? Oh, I don't know how long ago that was. But, well, I finished the one for the tutorial, which was for Tyler. It's his favourite blanket of all time. But the one that I was doing for me, I have no idea where that is. And I found the yarn for it and I put it in the cubby. Then I thought, oh, well, obviously the blanket would be in that bag. No, it's not. Probably because it's so big, it wouldn't fit in there. So I really do need to do some more tidying, and I need to find somewhere to put this stuff because it's just in bags. But if I had a spare box, I could stack them in there and then just work on them one by one. But I don't have a spare box. I've got yarn that needs to go in boxes, but I need more cubbies or racking set up, and I can't set up more racking until we get the stuff out of there. And I can't get the stuff out of there until but you see, yesterday he did the wall and a bit of the floor, and he was plastering. He's never plastered before, but he bought himself this thing called, what was it called? I can't remember. It's got a weird name, and it's this thing you put it on with, but it's not smooth, it's stippled, and then you have to kind of go over it, I think, with the out, you know, the one that is flat. He doesn't have the one that's flat. Should have gotten both. But yeah, he's repaired the wall that needed repairing anyway. But yeah, bless him. He turns his hand to all these things. Never done them before. But yeah, he's a good guy, really. He's made bookshelves for in the bedroom. He's made 2 now. One was for his figures, because he's got all these Star Wars figures that he saves, and one was for his books, which he saves. So he's a collector. Gary's a collector, and for the longest time I've kind of, whenever he said maybe I should collect so-and-so, and I go, no, definitely not. And he was like, why? There's nowhere to put them, Gary, and they collect dust. But when it comes to Star Wars figures, I gave in, and books, because he reads them, so, you know, I figured that's all right then. He can read them, and he wants to keep them because they're his favourites. But he is a terrible collector, or should I say hoarder. You know, he's got all these Star Wars cards that they're collectible, and if you've got the complete set in pristine condition, I dare say they're worth 25p. But no, they're probably worth a bit more. Some of them are shinies, and they've got a shiny collection that I think Jamie got him on a big card that he was going to put on a poster. He's got all this stuff, and slowly but surely, he used to have a massive comic book collection, which he gave to Gemma. He kept some, and he gave them to Gemma, and she's got them. She loves them. But yeah, that's Gary for you, a collector. Not me. I only collect yarn and crochet hooks and accessories. Maybe that's where I started Hobby Rocks, because it gave me carte blanche to collect, even on a grander scale, perhaps, I don't know. I've got a bit of a problem with eBay at the moment because I ordered some new bags. I had used post office bags. They're very expensive and you don't get many. And I'd found them, you know, little packs in shops here and there. But I ordered some grey ones from probably eBay or Amazon. And they were great, and I'm running out. I've got about 2 left or so. I've got about 2 post office bags and 2 of those. So, yeah, I thought I'd get on and order them. So I ordered some really pretty ones. And I ordered different sizes of these pretty bags. Because I thought, oh, you know, it's yarn. Let's make it prettier. Not my tape will destroy that, but you know what I mean. And they've said on the thing, delivered by DPD. Well, they haven't been delivered. I've not had anything. The only thing that got delivered was I ordered a spare gimbal, because I had this thought, you know, because I did buy another one. Sorry, I'm playing with my coaster that Angel sent to me. Yeah, I had ordered a spare one before, but a newer version, and it's not the right shape. So I thought, oh, you know, maybe they're not going to be the right shape from now on. So perhaps you should get a fallback, buy another one, at least one. So, and that gives me one in here and one in the yarn band. So if I ever want to go out there, I'll have a gimbal out there that's, you know, so the one that was in here is now out there. And the reason for that is it's slightly off kilter. I have noticed that the one I had in the first place that broke was perfectly aligned, but this one is a little bit off kilter. So I keep trying to write it, but there's no way you can. I think someone must have dropped it or something, because I bought it off of one of those second-hand places like CEX. I think they must have dropped it at some point, and it's now slightly off kilter, but it's not too bad. It doesn't bother me to that extent. It's not a massive angle. And I live in a house that's a bit off kilter. I seriously do. So this one's perfect anyway. So, and I've tested it all out. Well, actually, no, I haven't. I'm charged it and tested it, but I need to put a phone in it and make sure it is perfect before I say it is. But I'll use that one next and give it a test run. So now I've got one in here and one in there, but I often think, you know, that is the way you film your Open With Me's and your tutorials. If that gives up, you're going to be thinking, oh my God, what can I do? So that's why I wanted at least one spare, at least. So, and I missed out on a brilliant one that was on bidding. I hate bidding. I much prefer the buy it now. I'm a buy it now girl. I don't like bidding because I always forget and miss it, you know. Never mind. Anyway, I'm going to have to slurp this tea, and you know what that means. Tea sufficiently slurped. Hold on. I was going to tell you something then before I did that, and now it's gone completely out of my head. Obviously, it was extremely important, but it was probably to do with the Yarnavan. Probably was. But I don't know what it is. I'm going to spend a bit more time out there now. It's very, well, I say it's mild. It's nice and warm in here because Gary had all the heating on for when I woke up, because he's gone to work, left it on for me. But it is quite fresh outside. But the sun's beaten down, so it will be warm enough out there. Fluffy has decided she no longer wants to sit in the bathroom. She's a funny cat. And I think the only reason that is, now when Gary made the little unit that she sits on, he thought, I won't put the back on. And I said to him the other day, why did you not put the back on that? And he said, oh, I did, but it went a bit, I think it must have got wet and it went a bit iffy. I thought, you didn't put it on, because he never does. I had to nag him to put the backs on these. He didn't put them on in this one. And I said, well, spiders will get in. And he said, I'll put a seal all around the edge. Did he? Yeah. Luckily, I've not had any spiders in it. But the ones I got him to do in the bedroom before had the backs on. So now they haven't got backs on, because when he ripped them all down, that, you know, kind of was the end of that. Anyway, he didn't put the back on that one. And they are big, giant cubes. So I said, we need backs on it, because Fluffy's hair was coming off of her, going down the back of the unit, going into the cubbies, onto your towels. So, and he hates cat's hair, it makes his eyes itch. So I said, if you'd have put the backs on, this would never have happened. This is why you always need to put the backs on, because things do that, and they're usually spiders. So not cat's hair, it's usually spiders. So we had some left over from another thing, and they were just knocking around. So he brought them all in. They weren't the right size, and he said, there you go, you can put these on. So I got my little tacks, and I sat on my little stool, and I'm trying to hold the thing on, hold the little tack and knock it, It's something like out of a comedy show. I've got my knee holding it up, like, and I'm tap, 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 and then it's gone wonky. And I had to do it so that it was one going that way, then another one going that way, but overlapping it, or just touching it slightly. Then there was a gap at the bottom, so I had to put one that way, and I just filled in the gaps with anything I could. So then we put the cupboard back. But where Martin's been in to do the work in there, because he changed the controller over for us, and I knew he was, so I cleared everything off of there. So she's now decided it's not the same. Without all that stuff that was there, it's not the same. And we contaminated it, so she won't sit on it anymore. And I've put the back on it, especially not to get her hair in it. And what's she done? No, not going to sit there anymore. So where's she sitting now? Living room table, where you don't want her to sit. I mean, wherever she decides to sit is the wrong place. She's such a fickle cat. Really is. Little pest. But I love her. Anyway, here it is again. Let me know what you think. And should I put a blue border? I don't think it'll work with the lemon. It's very, very pale. I wasn't that happy with the lemon. It should have been a bit more of a vibrant colour, but you know, at the time I thought it was subtle and it'd be nice. And once I'd got into the thinking maybe it's not bright enough, I'd made too many to turn back. You know, you get to that stage, you think, no, that's what it is now. So this is it. Should I put a blue border on it? What do you think? Or another, like an edging that's white. I have got another ball of the white in the Yarn Van in my little stash. So I could do, but this is the actual square. What I like about it is it's not a granny. It's a little bit different. So let me know what you think. Should I or shan't I? And I'm going to have a little work on that and see if I can make it, I can't say anatomically correct because it hasn't got an anatomy, but mathematically correct and to my liking. See, it is now, I can work it out, but it's not as I want it to be. Anyway, I'm going to go this time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, before I do go, for my shout out video, if anyone's got any other channels they'd like me to look at, don't forget to stick it in the comment section. And I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Oh, I might do a live. Might do.